Alright, does Tori deserve a nerf? Short answer is no. Alright, but first I want to talk about Tori a little bit more. I've gotten to use it and it's okay. It suffers from the same problem that Tori V1 suffered from, where it's just like you only use talons and you rarely ever use any of your other forms unless you're gonna heal. And we're gonna talk about healing more later. But I mean, like, the R move, the barrage is good. E is has a little issue with it where if you miss, they can kind of punish you for it, but it's not too bad. Overall, I think it's a good rework for PvP. It's just very lax in PvE. It just lacks so badly in PvE. I mean, and like I said, it suffers from the same thing that Tori V1 suffers from. Half form, completely useless. There is no reason to use half form. It's completely useless. Tori burst got gutted pretty bad. I mean, Tori burst is pretty bad now. Range got nerfed. It's not really even like a projectile anymore, but I mean, you know I guess you could still use it. I hit it sometimes. I mean, then they have kind of like this tech eye move. It's all right. You wouldn't really use that in a match. You know what I mean? That's kind of off-putting to do because you're just draining stamina. Holding when you can use tech eye to probably drain less stamina. But yeah. Now let's talk about these heals. Now heals in talon form and half form are just no good. You want to heal in your full form, and when I tell you the healing is pretty decent, the thing is, people are gonna complain about heals. People are gonna complain about heals whether they're usable or not. So it's like even before, where Tori heals got gutted to the ground and got nerfed I think it got nerfed a total of 4 times. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Tori heals got nerfed a total of 4 times, and people still complained about the heals in Tori V1, even though the only way heals would be viable on Tori V1 is if you had every single point and ran a fruit build in Tori. Alright, like in fruit, you know what I mean? You have to run a fruit build. And that wasn't necessarily terrible because back then you could combo into the Tori burst. Now you can't really do that so much anymore. But that's the only way your heals are going to be viable. Other than that, your heals are going to drain more stamina than the heals, and it's just going to be more of a liability. But now Tori heals are actually usable and decent. And I just feel like as long as they're good enough to be used, someone's gonna fucking complain about it. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. I mean, even I think in the back of one of these matches, you might even see a guy sitting here crying about me healing, and it's just like, why shouldn't I use a move available to me? Like what? What? So you can be happy? Fuck you. I'm trying to win, and I'm not even being toxic with it half the time. I just heal, maybe once a match, maybe twice. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, so that's really what I thought about the Tori rework. That's just me going over that and just trying to tell you guys, like, after I really got a chance to use it and get in some PvP, it's pretty good. Now, I'm not the best PvPer in the world. I'm far from the best. I'm pretty average when it comes to your average PvP guy. I'm nothing special. So, and I think the fruit's pretty good. It suffers from again having a useless half form. I think half form should maybe take no stamina or just do something to set it apart and make it useful. But so yeah, let's talk about more about these heals. Now the topic of the video is, do I think these heals need a nerf? Personally, I don't. I know a lot of people are like, when it comes to healing, they get very sensitive, but when it comes to damage dealing, they're kind of like, I don't know how do I explain this? When someone how do I explain this? Okay, when someone does damage, right, and that combo does more than half of your health, is 75%, people would be less likely to complain about that combo than they will you healing half of the damage from that combo. So what I'm saying is, people are a lot more sensitive to healing than they are to damage dealing, because it's just not something that other fruits have. Now, if every other fruit had an option to heal, you wouldn't really hear that much bitching. But it's the fact that it's an exclusive to Tori. No other fruit in this game heals, and that's what sets Tori apart. So it makes people very angry when you do it. This was something else I want to address. Me using Tori heals once in a match does not constitute me spamming. I don't understand where the fuck that came from. But I've been seeing that a lot, where I'll be fighting somebody and I'll take their stock off. I'll be beating the shit out of them too. So it's not even like I'm losing, right? I'll be beating the shit out of them, and then I, okay, let me heal up while he's respawning. Oh my god. His pussy got so hurt. Jesus Christ. You expect me not to use a move that's literally there? Why shouldn't I use a move that's available to me and that's, right now worth using? People are so weird, man. People are so fucking weird. But I mean, I can understand why people would want it nerfed, but to be honest, I fought a lot of other Tori users too, and let me say, some Tori users treat Tori as if it's like this infinite healing machine when it's not. It's linked to your stamina. So you just can't sit there and heal all fucking day, especially against another Tori user. Let me tell you, I was fighting this one Tori user. I wish I was recording. I really wish I was recording because it's a perfect example for this. But basically, he was treating his Tori heals as if it was like, infinite. After every combo, he would go up and Tori heal, and I'm just letting him. I'm letting him because I know that his healing is linked to his stamina. He doesn't have infinite stamina, right? I know that. So I'm letting him heal, and he's just kind of like, why am I not crying? Why am I not bitching about it? He's like, all right, whatever. So if he's gonna let me heal, I'm gonna heal. So I let him heal, and guess what? He runs out of stamina. You know what I mean? And it's just like, especially if you're in a case where you're out M1ing, excuse me, your opponent, let them heal. If you can outplay them healing is just them draining their stamina. That's literally all it is. You're fighting against their stamina, and if you're better than them when it comes to M1ing, you're gonna win that match. I think people spend too much time like complaining about the heals. Now, let me say, now if you're fighting somebody who is like decent at the game, you know what I mean, can hold their own in M1s and can out M1 people, and they know how to manage their stamina when it comes to Tori, yeah, you might be running into a little bit of a problem. You might run into a little bit of a problem because I can see that being an issue, right? I don't know. And like I said, I can't really speak on this because I'm biased. And you might be like, I'm biased because I've wanted this Tori rework for so long, and then I just don't want to see it get nerfed. So maybe I'm not the best person to talk about this. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just put that out there. I mean, but let me know what you guys think about the whole Tori heal situation. I feel like I said, people are just more inclined to complain about healing because it's just something that's not available to every other fruit. You don't see healing often in GPO, so when you see somebody heal, it feels like, oh, this is a really cheap thing. When it really, in reality, it really is not that cheap considering the amount of damage a lot of fruits have. The amount of damage output a fruit like Magu has, or the amount of damage output and combo potential of fruit like Yuki has, which is going to get their own video because I fought a couple of Yuki users and I have my own opinion on them. But all these fruits can have these crazy damage outputs, but God forbid a fruit is able to heal. I just don't understand the mindset behind that. And my advice to people who are fighting Tori users is, first of all, save your energy on complaining and realize that their healing is linked to their stamina, and if they want to keep healing, they're going to drain their stamina, and when they have low stamina, that's your chance to fuck them up. I'll tell you that right now. That's your chance to fuck them up. Their healing is linked to their stamina. They cannot heal forever. I cannot heal forever. I can probably heal realistically once per stock, right? Once per life. And let's say we're talking about arena. Once per life, I can probably heal to max. That's probably as many times as I can get away with it without, completely running out of stamina. So, I mean, maybe it's just me. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if I'm a fucking idiot, if I should go die, or let me know if you agree or whatever. Just let me know what you think, because personally, I think Tori heals are fine how they are, considering some of the damage output some of these other fruits have. You know what I mean? You could do 800 damage combo, but God forbid you heal 400 damage, whatever. But thank you for watching, and bye.